Hello everyone! It is the end of April and my progress in the garden has been impressive. I am currently at a special event with a group of friends, which is why I'm all dolled up. Not to mention I have this cute new haircut and I wanted to play with it, but I'm waiting for this event to start and I'm sitting in a parking lot with nothing much to do. So I thought it might be a good time for me to just kind of recap what April 2025 consisted of in the garden, because it was a lot and I'm not even really sure where to start. I made some mistakes, I had some successes, and all in all, I'm really excited. I think the biggest mistake that I made this month was not understanding the difference between soil and dirt. It's hard to grow things in dirt, which is organic matter, or at least my understanding is that it's organic matter that doesn't have any nutrients in it, whereas soil is organic matter that does have nutrients in it, which is why it's important to add compost to your garden every year to continue to replace the nutrients that are being used up by your garden, by your flowers and your fruits and your trees and your vegetables and whatever else that you're growing. There are certain plants that will fix the soil. I've become very aware of plants that are nitrogen fixers because apparently a lot of plants use nitrogen in order to flourish, and there are plants that put nitrogen back into the soil, and so they work as a cooperative, which is very cool. I've learned a lot about plant guilds, which I could honestly say I'm becoming a little obsessed with. The idea that there are plants that work together to thrive is really setting my heart on fire, and I want to explore that and take advantage of that as much as possible. So after I learned about why I killed all of my corn by planting it in dirt, I started over and I added a bunch of compost to my beds and I redid the corn, and it is thriving. About 2.5 weeks after I planted the corn, I planted beans, and then in a couple of weeks, in about like the middle of May, I'll plant my squash. And the theory is that the corn grows really tall and strong, and the beans grow up the corn stalk. And then the shade of the corn helps to shade the squash, which then grows really big and shades the ground so that the moisture does not leave as quickly as if it was just exposed. I think the beans are a nitrogen fixer. I could have this wrong. It's a possibility that I have this wrong. I am a beginner. But the point is that they all work together to make corn, beans, and squash thrive in one little area. I've done a lot of work trying to get the right type of soil, dirt, nutrients into my yard, and one of the ways that I've been doing that is going to the free compost drop-off or pickup site in our county. And I have created this little community within these pickups and drop-offs because it happens the same day every week, and there must be like a small community of us that need a lot of this compost because we're there every single drop-off / pickup day. And I don't know anybody's name and nobody knows my name, but we all wave to each other and say, oh, how's your garden growing? And how's it going? And oh, we need more. And how big is your garden? And it's just really, it's a great little community, and I've really been enjoying that. This is my third trip to the county compost free pickup self-service situation. And I have gotten it down to a freaking science. Like, I am doing this so fast and so efficiently. I'm impressing myself, honestly. As of April, just within April 2025, I have loaded into my car over 150 cubic square feet of soil to put into my garden. And my car carries 26 cubic feet at a time. So I've created this little ritual, which I think is hilarious, because apparently I'm into dad jokes. But I told my daughter the other day that I was going to go have, what I meant to say was I was going to grab coffee and then go get dirt. And what I ended up saying was I have a coffee date with a dirt bag. Which also tracks. So so now this is my weekly ritual. I go and get coffee, and then I go to the compost pile and I fill up 26 cubic square feet of compost into the back of my car. I take it to my house and I add it to the land. The other thing that I did was I finally filled my 2 raised beds. I have a third raised-ish bed that has, let's see, amaranth and pollinator flowers in it, but it is really struggling because it is so low to the ground that the dogs keep trampling it. So I'm not sure if anything is going to thrive there. I might have to readjust that. But the 2 beds that are high off the ground are thriving. I have one that has sunflowers in it. And the theory is that the sunflowers will grow big and strong, and then I can plant cucumbers next to them, and the cucumbers will grow up the sunflowers, and that will be some sort of symbiotic relationship as well. So that's really exciting. I'll have one bed of sunflowers and cucumbers. And then the other bed that I have is primarily tomatoes, peppers, and basil. The basil helps keep the pests away from the tomatoes. And I forget why, but tomatoes and peppers are supposed to also be really good together. So I'm doing a really good job, I think, of creating these little co-ops in my garden. And I just have my fingers crossed that it's all going to work, because it has been so much work. And it's been really pleasurable. It's been really fun. I get up every morning really early and I get out into the garden by 7 a.m. and I'm tinkering around with either watering or weeding or just staring at the little seedlings and whispering sweet nothings into their ears so that they know that they're loved and that they'll grow big and strong. And I think the point is that I'm just really, really enjoying this space. I mentioned a while back that I've really been struggling with my mental health lately, and not in a serious way as far as like I'm not in any sort of danger, but just trying to maintain hopefulness has been a very, very difficult thing for me. And being in the garden and seeing it come alive and seeing all of the butterflies and the bees and even the little dewdrops in the morning, it's just, there's just something really slow and intentional about it that makes me feel like, at least in this spot, at least in this quarter of an acre, everything is okay today. And the little seeds are popping up, and the chickens are thriving, and we have water, and we have enough, and today, right this very second, we're okay. And that's really, really helping with my mental health. So I think that is the extent of the updates for the month of April. I feel like we're approaching crunch time, which is completely made up in my head because I've never done this before, not at this level. But it feels to me like it's going to start getting really hot. I think today is probably the last day that we're going to get rain for the foreseeable future. It might sprinkle here and there, but as far as like really raining, I think today is the last day for that. And it feels like the work that I've been putting into this garden, it feels like it's about ready to explode. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like this is like the final push for the foundation of the garden, and from here on out it's just maintenance and prayers. So with that being said, I feel very successful and hopeful for this little garden and for my goals to be realized. Thank you so much for joining me this month. I hope you guys are all thriving. And if you're not, please reach out to somebody. Please reach out to your community or to a person that can help you, because it's really rough out there right now and we are all experiencing it, and you deserve to be taken care of.